December 26, 2004.
20 feet tall. Easy.
Families are enjoying Christmas on pristine beaches across the Indian Ocean.
Oh shit.
Children are building sandcastles. Couples are walking hand in hand along the shore. But 1,600 kilometers away, something catastrophic has just happened beneath the ocean floor. In the next few hours, over 230,000 people will be dead. Entire coastal cities will be erased from existence, and the world will witness the deadliest tsunami in recorded history. But here's what's truly terrifying. This wasn't even the biggest tsunami that's ever occurred. Today, we're diving into the science behind Earth's most devastating natural disaster. We'll explore how a single underwater earthquake can kill more people than an atomic bomb, why Japan, the most tsunami-prepared nation on Earth, still lost 18,000 lives in 2011, and the mind-bending story of a wave so tall it dwarfed the Empire State Building. Because understanding tsunamis isn't just about satisfying curiosity, it's about survival. Every year, millions of people live in tsunami zones without even knowing it. And as we'll see, the difference between life and death often comes down to recognizing one simple warning sign that most people completely ignore. So what exactly is a tsunami? First, let's destroy a common myth. Tsunamis aren't giant surfing waves. They're not caused by wind or storms. There's something far more sinister. Imagine the entire ocean floor, an area the size of several countries, suddenly jumping upward by 30 feet in a matter of seconds. Every drop of water above that massive area gets displaced instantly. That water has to go somewhere, and it goes everywhere, racing outward at the speed of a commercial jet. But here's the truly deceptive part. Out in the deep ocean, a tsunami might only be 2 feet tall. Ships pass right over them without even noticing. But as this invisible monster approaches the coast, physics takes over. The shallow coastal waters slow down the front of the wave, but the back keeps pushing forward at full speed. It's like a massive traffic jam of water, bunching up higher and higher until it becomes a 100-foot wall of destruction traveling at highway speeds. And unlike a normal wave that crashes and retreats, a tsunami just keeps coming for minutes, sometimes hours. It's not water, it's a liquid bulldozer carrying cars, buildings, trees, and everything else it encounters. Which brings us back to that Christmas morning in 2004. At 7:58 a.m. local time, the seafloor off the coast of Sumatra ruptured along a fault line over 1,000 kilometers long. The earthquake was so powerful, it made the entire planet vibrate. It released energy equivalent to 23,000 atomic bombs. But the earthquake was just the beginning. In Banda Aceh, Indonesia, just 250 kilometers from the epicenter, people felt the ground shake for nearly 10 minutes. Those who survived the earthquake had no idea they only had 15 minutes left to live. The tsunami struck with waves over 100 feet tall. Entire neighborhoods vanished in seconds. Of the 400,000 people living in coastal areas, 170,000 were killed instantly. But the horror was just beginning.
Get out of bed, was trying to figure out what was happening, and then the wave just slammed into the bungalows.
This wasn't a local disaster. It was a transoceanic catastrophe. The waves raced across the Indian Ocean at 500 miles per hour. 2 hours later, they slammed into Thailand's tourist beaches. Families filming their Christmas vacation captured their own final moments as walls of water engulfed luxury resorts. In Sri Lanka, a passenger train called the Queen of the Sea was carrying over 1,500 people along the coast. Passengers thought the train would be safer than being on the ground. They were wrong. The tsunami picked up the entire 8-car train and hurled it inland. It became the deadliest train disaster in history. 7 hours after the initial earthquake, the waves finally reached the coast of Africa, still powerful enough to kill over 300 people in Somalia and Kenya. The final death toll, over 230,000 people across 14 countries, 1.7 million people left homeless. And it all happened because most victims had never heard the word tsunami before. But if the 2004 tsunami taught us anything, it's that preparation matters. So when Japan, the most tsunami-prepared nation on Earth, faced its own mega tsunami in 2011, surely they were ready. They weren't. March 11th, 2011, 2:46 p.m. A magnitude 9.0 earthquake struck off Japan's northeast coast. This wasn't just any earthquake. It was so powerful, it shifted Earth's axis by 4 inches and moved Japan's main island 8 feet closer to North America. Japan's early warning systems kicked in perfectly. Trains stopped. Elevators shut down. People received text alerts. They had 15 minutes to prepare, but they prepared for the wrong tsunami. Japan had built massive seawalls designed to stop a 20-foot tsunami. The wave that hit was 130 feet tall in some areas. It traveled 6 miles inland, moving faster than people could run. The most heartbreaking story comes from Okawa Elementary School. When the earthquake hit, teachers knew exactly what to do. They had practiced earthquake drills countless times, but they had no tsunami evacuation plan. For 51 minutes after the earthquake, teachers and students stood in the playground debating where to go. Some children begged to evacuate to higher ground. The adults said no. When the 20-foot wall of water arrived, 74 of the 78 children died. 10 of the 11 teachers died, all because they had a plan for earthquakes, but not for tsunamis. The Japan tsunami killed over 18,000 people and triggered the Fukushima nuclear disaster. But it also gave us the most comprehensive footage of a tsunami in action, teaching us exactly how these monsters behave. But even Japan's 130-foot waves pale in comparison to the tallest tsunami ever recorded. July 9th, 1958. Lituya Bay, Alaska, a remote fjord surrounded by steep mountains. Howard Ulrich and his 8-year-old son were fishing when a 7.8 magnitude earthquake triggered something unprecedented. 40 million cubic yards of rock, enough to fill 15 million dump trucks, crashed into the narrow bay at over 100 miles per hour. The impact created a wave 1,720 feet tall. That's taller than the Empire State Building. Howard described it as looking like an explosion. The wave was so tall it stripped trees off mountainsides 1,700 feet above sea level. Incredibly, Howard and his son survived by riding their fishing boat up and over the wave like a liquid mountain. 2 other boats weren't so lucky, but because Lituya Bay was so remote, only 5 people died. If this had happened near a major city, millions would have perished. So how do you survive something that can move mountains? The answer lies in recognizing nature's warning system. Before a tsunami hits, the ocean often recedes dramatically, exposing the seafloor for hundreds of meters. This happens because the trough of the wave arrives first, sucking water away from the shore. Most people see this and think, how interesting. They walk out to explore the exposed beach, collect stranded fish, or take photos. This is exactly the wrong thing to do. You have maybe 5 minutes before the wave arrives. If you ever see the ocean suddenly drain away or feel a long, strong earthquake near the coast, you have one job: get to high ground immediately. Don't go home to get belongings. Don't try to drive, roads will be jammed. Just run uphill or inland as fast as you can. The remarkable story of 10-year-old Tilly Smith proves this works. On vacation in Thailand in 2004, she recognized the receding ocean from a geography lesson and convinced her family and other tourists to evacuate the beach. It was one of the few beaches in the area with 0 casualties. Today, tsunami warning systems span the globe. Deep ocean sensors can detect these waves hours before they reach shore. But technology is only as good as the people who understand it. The Cascadia subduction zone off the Pacific Northwest coast is overdue for a major earthquake. When it ruptures, and scientists say it's not if, but when, it could generate a tsunami that reaches 100 feet tall and strikes the coasts of Washington, Oregon, and Northern California within 15 minutes. Millions of people live in this tsunami zone. Most don't even know it, because here's the thing about tsunamis. They're not just walls of water. They're reminders of how small we are in the face of geological forces that have been shaping our planet for billions of years. The ocean that gives us life can take it away in minutes, but knowledge is power. Now you know the warning signs, you know the science, and you know that when the ocean suddenly disappears, you don't walk toward it. You run away from it as fast as you possibly can, because in the battle between humans and tsunamis, preparation and knowledge are our only weapons against Earth's deadliest waves. If this video opened your eyes to the incredible power of our planet's natural forces, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're constantly exploring the science behind Earth's most extreme phenomena, from supervolcanoes that could end civilization to the hidden fault lines beneath major cities. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because understanding these forces isn't just fascinating, it could save your life.